Hi, and welcome to our Broadcast Excellence Awards Announcement Show. My name is Sam Clement. I'm the President and CEO of the Michigan Association of Broadcasters, and we are thrilled to recognize some of the best work in Michigan TV and radio over the past year. Today's announcement is part of several weeks of celebration of the outstanding work of local broadcasters in the state. Today, we are announcing winners in several of our categories and finalists in the weighted categories that determine our stations of the year. All of our winners and finalists will be honored and invited to the Broadcast Excellence Awards Gala on Saturday, April 29th at Soundboard inside the MotorCity Casino Hotel in Detroit. In fact, we'll be headed there shortly, but before we do, we're going to bounce around the city, including starting today at the iconic Motown Museum. Motown music is not only part of Detroit's rich broadcasting history, but the music is no stranger to broadcast stations throughout the state and has been for generations, whether at a barbecue, a celebration, or simply driving around. It's a part of Michigan's foundation and sense of community, just like the broadcast industry. Michigan broadcasters continue to provide the state with news, information, and a space for having important conversations. From election coverage to weather alerts to local sports and breaking news, Michigan TV and radio stations are part of the fabric of our state. And the work we are celebrating today is a reminder of how important it is to have strong local broadcasters. Before we get started, we want to thank our sponsors of this year's Broadcast Excellence Awards, Enbridge and Michigan Education Trust. Also, thank you to the Wisconsin Association of Broadcasters who provided judges for this year's awards. We had more than 950 entries and appreciate the work of our friends in Wisconsin for taking the time to thoroughly review them. We will recognize excellence for TV and radio based on market. For commercial radio, Market 1 is the Detroit metro area. Market 2 is Ann Arbor, Battle Creek, Flint, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Lansing, and the Tri-Cities. Market 3 is Adrian, Cadillac, Jackson, Port Huron, and Traverse City, and Market 4 includes the areas of Alpena, Escanaba, Marquette, and the rest of the state. In commercial TV, Market 1 is again the Metro Detroit area. Market 2 is Flint, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, and the Tri-Cities. Market 3 is Cadillac, Jackson, Lansing, and Traverse City, and Market 4 is Alpena, Escanaba, Marquette, and again, the rest of the state. On the public side, radio stations are grouped together based on their budget. Those with a less than $2 million budget compete against each other in Group 1, and radio stations with a more than $2 million budget compete in Group 2. Public television stations across the state all compete together in one group. Radio and television statewide broadcast networks are also welcome to enter the Broadcast Excellence Awards. Network radio and television stations compete in their own divisions. So with that said, let's get to our first round of winners. We'll start with commercial and network radio winners. Stations announced as winners today will begin hearing from the MAB to coordinate their attendance to the awards gala on April 29th. In commercial radio, we'll start with the breaking news story category. This is a single report or series of reports on an initial coverage of a breaking or unplanned news event. Let's take a look at the winners.
The Market 4 merit in breaking news story is WIKB-FM, Iron River Fire, November 19th, 2022. The Market 4 best in breaking news story is WKQS-FM, Morning Traffic Crash.
No word on the severity of the accident, but of course during the morning commute hours here, it's going to cause a little bit of an issue. So we'll keep you updated. Hopefully have a full informational report here for you at 8.
The Market 3 merit in breaking news story is WTCM-AM, Breaking News, Kingsley School's Superintendent resigns. The Market 3 best in breaking news story is WLEN-FM, US 223 accident.
The passenger vehicle was stopped ready to go on to 223, and they had a mechanical failure with their car, and they rolled into the oncoming traffic.
The Market 1 merit in breaking news story is WWJ-AM, Warren train derailment. The Market 1 best in breaking news story is WWJ-AM, Canada border protest.
Everyone is waiting for a judge to make a ruling. Now, they focused a lot on not the message, but rather where can the protesters actually protest?
Next, we'll move on to feature programming in both network radio and commercial radio. This is a series of reports on a single topic.
The network radio best in feature programming is Spartan Sports Network, The Sports Life, Big Ten Football Media Days 2022.
Is it gotten normal yet? Because since you've taken this job, nothing has been normal.
I wouldn't say normal. I would say I feel probably starting to get into more of a rhythm and a routine.
The Market 4 merit in feature programming is WKQS-FM, Heike Lunta Winterfest. The Market 4 best in feature programming is WOLV-FM, Copper Country Today.
Explain in specific and verifiable detail how America First applies to a job which refers only to 1/50th of America.
Sure. Well, I call it UP First, and we have amazing natural resources.
The Market 3 merit in feature programming is WLEN-FM, LSAPC program, Symptoms of Opioid Overdose. The Market 3 best in feature programming is WLEN-FM, Community Conversation, Henry Ford Jackson, RSV.
Where do we stand right now here in the state of Michigan when it comes to flu and RSV cases?
I'm sure your listeners have been hearing that there have been a very large number of RSV cases over the past few weeks.
The Market 2 merit in feature programming is WLMI-FM, Community Connection, Girl Scout Cookies. The Market 2 best in feature programming is WSGW-AM, Free Comic Book Day.
John Cashman with Cashman's Comics in Bay City says he's been part of the quasi-holiday since its inception and has seen firsthand the crowds and lines looking for new items to read. Cashman says he's a huge advocate for supporting childhood literacy.
The Market 1 merit in feature programming is WJR-AM, Tackles, Punts, and Sexism. The Market 1 best in feature programming is WJR-AM, A Kwame Conversation.
I don't disregard at all the emotions that surround President Trump, particularly within the black community around this country. But I'm in a situation that's a little bit more unique.
Moving to feature or use of medium, this category is for a single report which aired in a newscast. Congratulations to these winners.
The Market 4 merit in feature or use of medium is WUPF-FM. Dorothy is Moving Mountains. The Market 4 best in feature or use of medium is WKQS-FM. Barry McGregor, Night Before Christmas.
So without any ado, our Christmas gift to you, our annual visit from Barry McGregor, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
The Market 3 merit in feature or use of medium is WLEN-FM, Gady Road Murder. The Market 3 best in feature or use of medium is WLEN-FM, Devil's Lake Drowning.
O'Leary and his daughter were getting ready to go tubing just before 2 p.m. Sunday afternoon. Prior to a boat pulling them around the lake, they both fell in off the tube and went into the water.
The Market 1 merit in feature or use of medium is WJR-AM, A Living Memorial. The Market 1 best in feature or use of medium is WJR-AM, Dare to Dream, A Daughter's Quest to Maintain Her Father's Automotive Legacy.
He was brilliant, bold, and brash. John DeLorean, the original disruptor in the 1970s when he left General Motors to start his own auto company.
Investigative Story is next. This is coverage of a significant event or issue affecting the community.
The Market 4 merit in Investigative Story is WKQS-FM, Sheriff on Sextortion Suicide. The Market 4 best in Investigative Story is WOLV-FM, WOLV Investigative 2022.
Staff members said many providers had cut off Mission Point's credit and required cash. Employees noted that they had made numerous requests to corporate headquarters for assistance in hiring additional staff and paying those bills, but their pleas were ignored.
The Market 3 merit in investigative story is WLEN-FM Morenci Barn Fires. The Market 3 best in investigative story is WLEN-FM Egg Smell Lawsuit.
Chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals, Mike Berthold, spoke with WLEN News about the decision on the variance.
First of all, we are looking at recommendations from the EGLE, which I was not familiar with what that organization state, but dealing with the air quality.
The Market 1 merit in investigative story is WJR-AM Out of Control, inside the Wayne County Juvenile Detention Center. The Market 1 best in investigative story is WJR-AM Mental Health and Policing, Time for a Change.
We need to make sure that law enforcement has the tools they need to do their jobs.
And Dingle wants to make it clear those who've advocated for defunding the police have had it wrong.
In marketing materials and promos, which is promotion of your station or a promotional announcement for a program your station produces and airs, congratulations to these winning entries.
The Market 4 merit in marketing and promotions is WKQS-FM. Negaunee Miners celebrate 25 years on Sunny 101.9. The Market 4 best in marketing and promotions is WOLV-FM, MAB Commercial Smallest Station.
We may not have the biggest staff, but there is one thing that we have. In all of Michigan radio, we have the biggest pile of snow.
The Market 3 merit in marketing and promotions is WKHM-FM, Staycation. The Market 3 best in marketing and promotions is WLEN-FM, Think of Vet 2022.
As you have heard over the previous years, money raised will assist veterans that are in dire need right here in Lenawee County. It may be for the first month's rent, dental care, maybe a hot water heater, or even a pair of safety shoes.
The Market 2 merit in marketing and promotions is WJXQ-FM, Black and Gold Promotion. The Market 2 best in marketing and promotions is WJXQ-FM, Five Finger F-Words Promo.
Q106 and J&B Boots in Williamston want to fly you and a friend to Las Vegas to see one of the biggest bands in rock today. Five Finger Death Punch. And we're gonna do it with F-Words.
The Market 1 merit in marketing and promotions is WCSX-FM, Seeger de Mayo. The Market 1 best in marketing and promotions is WJR-AM, WJR 100.
From the beginning, it's been the people behind the scenes working around the clock to keep you informed and entertained. The most important stories of your life.
I was so proud of JR. One of them was the Flint tornado. At the time we had a mobile unit, went directly to Flint.
Moving on to mini documentary or series. This is a series of reports on a single topic which may be included in a regularly scheduled newscast. Here are the top 2 entries in each market.
The Market 4 merit in mini documentary or series is WKQS-FM, Suicide Cleanup Fund. The Market 4 best in mini documentary or series is WGHN-FM. WGHN reports on boating and fishing.
We say hello to Captain Dana with FishGH.com. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
So what happened in the last hour?
We went on the East Troll, and it was a East Troll for us.
The Market 3 merit in mini documentary or series is WLEN-FM, Service Dog for Jackson. The Market 3 best in mini documentary or series is WLEN-FM, Alexander All-Inclusive Playground.
Ribbon cutting celebrating the new all-inclusive playground. APS Superintendent Nate Parker talked to WLEN News about the incredible hard work and community support that went into making this dream a reality.
The Market 1 merit in mini documentary or series is WJR-AM, Health Watch with Dick Hafner. The Market 1 best in mini documentary or series is WJR-AM, Podsui, Oxford 1 year later.
Oxford,
1 year later.
The grief is very different. She says the time hasn't helped. It's worse. It's starting to settle in now that this is permanent and she will never see her son Justin again.
Morning show broadcast personality or team is next. This award is for the best on-air morning broadcast personality or broadcast team for both commercial and network radio.
The network radio merit in morning show broadcast personality or team is Michigan Talk Network, The Steve Gruber Show. The network radio best in morning show broadcast personality or team is Michigan's Big Show, starring Michael Patrick Shields.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer, you were with the Secretary Buttigieg. Did it cross your mind that maybe one day you might be in a primary against him for the presidency of the United States?
I can unequivocally say it did not cross my mind.
The market for merit in morning show broadcast personality or team is WKMJ-FM, The Dirk Side, Final Show. The market for best in morning show broadcast personality or team is WKQS-FM, Mark and Walt in the Morning.
I'm noticing as I get older and as I approach the 55, which is coming up in April, in my Facebook feed, I'm getting things just randomly, ads for like eyeglass companies.
The Market 3 merit in morning show broadcast personality or team is WLEN-FM, Mornings with Dale and Steve. The Market 3 best in morning show broadcast personality or team is WTCM-AM, The Ron Jolly Show with Colleen Wares.
We mentioned earlier Frederick Backman at the National Writer Series tomorrow night. We had somebody call and say, wait a minute, I love that guy's books. He's in town? Yeah, tomorrow night.
The Market 2 merit in morning show broadcast personality or team is WHMI-FM, Bosch and Madison in the Morning. The Market 2 best in morning show broadcast personality or team is WHTS-FM, The Gray and Green Show.
I told Jackie yesterday that sometimes I don't get mad when Quinn wants to watch Frozen over and over again, because I think that Kristoff is kind of hot, and this has kind of spun this entire conversation.
There's so many other options.
The Market 1 merit in morning show broadcast personality or team is WRIF-FM, Dave and Chuck the Freak. The Market 1 best in morning show broadcast personality or team is WJR-AM, The Paul W. Smith Show.
I always look forward to speaking with Alan Dershowitz. He is a man of principle.
Here I am on Martha's Vineyard this morning, and they won't let me speak at the Martha's Vineyard Library because I defended President Trump.
Commercial and network radio play-by-play sports is for the best locally originated play-by-play live sports coverage of one game. Here are the play-by-play winners in this year's competition.
The network radio merit in play-by-play sports is University of Detroit Mercy basketball. The network radio best in play-by-play sports is Spartan Sports Network MSU basketball versus Purdue, February 26, 2022.
Rebound Michigan State. Max Christie on the run. Bank shot. Good! 5-0 Michigan State. What a start for MSU.
And it's the two guys who really need it the most.
The Market 4 merit in play-by-play sports is WQBX-FM. 9-0 Alma College football battles 9-0 Albion for MIAA title. The Market 4 best in play-by-play sports is WKQS-FM. Negaunee Minor football.
Allen under center, rolling, dropping straight back, looking, waiting. Here comes pressure, guns it near sideline. It is caught, held onto, and intercepted! That's got to be Negaunee Minor ball. It is!
The Market 3 merit in play-by-play sports is WKHM-FM. Napoleon at Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central. The Market 3 best in play-by-play sports is WLEN-FM. Ian Wendt play-by-play.
Jenkins fakes a run, feeling some pressure. Aaron steps up, throws to the middle, going for Kenny Kiyama. He's got it! Touchdown Bulldogs! 31 yards, Jenkins to Kenny.
The Market 2 merit in play-by-play sports is WJIM-AM. MSU women's basketball versus Indiana, December 29th, 2022. The Market 2 best in play-by-play sports is WJIM-AM, MSU hockey versus Michigan, December 9th, 2022.
Michigan gets a man back. They are now on the power play.
Yes!
Shot, goal for Michigan State.
How about that?
From the far boards.
The Market 1 best in play-by-play sports is WDTK-AM, CHSL game highlights.
Drogosh rolls out right, has some protection. Now it collapses, spins out of the tackle, dumps it down. Rozier is there in the backfield. He's going to get yardage out of this to the 20-yard line. Rhett Rozier has a first down. Are you kidding me?
In special show broadcast personality or team, which is for the best on-air special broadcast personality or broadcast team, the winners are these radio teams.
The network radio best in special show broadcast personality or team is Spartan Sports Network, The Tom Izzo Show, Christmas 2022.
The guys are out saying hi to all the folks here at Reno's East. You're getting some light action back there, Tom, like a real rock and roll show.
I like the light action in the back. All right.
The Market 4 merit in special show broadcast personality or team is WFXD-FM, Elmer Aho Tribute Show. The Market 4 best in special show broadcast personality or team is WUPF-FM, Weekend Gold with Mike Daniels.
Oh, well, I love you, Cal, and old dear Peggy Sue.
It's Weekend Gold 1957. That is Peggy Sue, Buddy Holly. Hi, this is Mike Daniels with your favorite songs. Here's Jan and Dean.
The Market 3 merit in special show broadcast personality or team is WKLT-FM, Weekend Show Special. The Market 3 best in special show broadcast personality or team is WLEN-FM, Phone Calls to Santa 2022.
Hello, welcome to Phone Calls to Santa. What's your name?
Camden.
Camden. Can you say hello to Santa?
Hello.
Hi, Camden. How old are you?
3.
The Market 2 merit in special show broadcast personality or team is WJXQ-FM. Terry interviews Damon Tate of Virtue for the All Request Holiday Food Drive. The Market 2 best in special show broadcast personality or team is WJIM-AM, The Adam Nightingale Show, October 19th, 2022.
Coach, last weekend was a split with the Spartans winning the opener 4-3 on Thursday before falling 3-2 the next night. You didn't win on Friday night, but it's not so much that you lost as I think your team just ran out of time.
The Market 1 merit in special show broadcast personality or team is WJR-AM. WJR presents The War of the Worlds. The Market 1 best in special show broadcast personality or team is WLQV-AM. Run to Win with Darryl Wood live from the GOP Forum.
This kind of characterizes the way you've been treated throughout this campaign, doesn't it?
It does. The GOP has kept me off of emails. It's kept me off of polls and hasn't really given me a fair shot.
The sports category is for the best locally originated sportscast or sports feature in commercial and network radio. These are the winners.
The network radio merit in sports is the Detroit Tigers' Road to Detroit, Josh Crouch. The network radio best in sports is the Detroit Tigers' Road to Detroit, Kerry Carpenter.
He had 30 homers and drove in 75 runs in less than 100 games in the minor leagues. That was before heading to the big leagues, where his numbers held up very well.
The Market 4 merit in sports is WUPF-FM, Max's Wildcat Sports Minute. The Market 4 best in sports is WKMJ-FM, the Joe Shawhan Hour, weekly Michigan Tech hockey coaches show.
It says, Coach, I've noticed that the St. Thomas games last year in their arena, all of the coaches were wearing coats on the bench. Is it colder in their arena than at Michigan Tech?
It's cold in a lot of arenas, right? It's cold in here right now.
The Market 3 merit in sports is WLEN-FM, Sports 2022 Year in Review. The Market 3 best in sports is WLEN-FM, 6:35 a.m. Sportscast, January 20th, 2022.
All right, buckle up. We got a lot to cover here. Okay, Lenawee United Hockey with a 2-0 win over Bedford, their 5th straight win. Lenawee Christian girls stifled Hanover Horton in the basketball court last night, 46-17.
The Market 2 merit in sports is WSGW-AM, Sportscast, November 21st, 2022. The Market 2 best in sports is WSGW-AM, Pat's Perfect Pigskin Prognostications.
Give me Penn State over MSU 38-10.
They're looking for that final nail in the coffin, and they may have found it. Touchdown, Penn State.
The Market 1 best in sports is WDTK-AM, CHSL Football Preview.
The whole atmosphere, wherever we go this year, Jeremy, it's going to be a blast.
And it seems like, every game that we show up as well, has some of the bigger crowds. So that's fun to see.
Moving on to use of new media for a single project. For this category, stations showcase their use of new media for one single project or story. Here are the winners in each market.
The Market 4 merit in use of new media single project is WKQS-FM, Negaunee Miners Sports Broadcasting. The Market 4 best in use of new media single project is WUPF-FM, the Gaylord Tornado Follow-Up. The Market 3 merit in use of new media single project is WLEN-FM, Inflation Buster Contest. The Market 3 best in use of new media single project is WLEN-FM, Canadian Pacific Holiday Train.
This is the 2022 Canadian Pacific Holiday Train making its way through Britain here in Lenawee County.
The Market 1 merit in use of new media single project is WJR-AM, 760 WJR Centennial Celebration. The Market 1 best in use of new media single project is WWJ-AM, WWJ Halloween Digital Series.
And in all-encompassing use of new media, stations showcase their use of new media for multiple projects, stories, or the brand of the station. These are the winners in commercial and network radio.
The network radio best in use of new media, all-encompassing, is Spartan Sports Network, The Sports Life, 2022.
Imagine being 26 years of age. You're the starting safety for the Indianapolis Colts of the National Football League. After 3 years in the league, you've earned around $3 million and set this season to earn another $2.54 million.
The Market 4 merit in use of new media, all-encompassing, is WKQS-FM, Media Brew Quarterly Giveaways. The Market 4 best in use of new media, all-encompassing, is WUPF-FM, Stuff the Studio.
Andy, the owner, has been gracious enough to let us in once again to ask for your non-perishable food donations. Yeah, boxed goods, canned goods, jarred goods, you name it. As long as it's non-perishable, it is all good.
The Market 3 merit in use of new media, all-encompassing, is WLEN-FM, Use of New Media 2022. The Market 3 best in use of new media, all-encompassing, is WTCM-AM, WTCM-AM, Vic on the Road.
Good morning, everybody out there listening this morning on a beautiful Friday morning here in Traverse City. I'm over here on Cass Street at Haggerty. It is time for Cars and Caffeine.
The Market 1 merit in use of new media, all-encompassing, is WWJ-AM, WWJ Digital Media. The Market 1 best in use of new media, all-encompassing, is WJR-AM, 760 WJR Election 2022 coverage.
Congratulations again to all the winning stations announced so far today. Each winning station will receive 4 free tickets to the upcoming Broadcast Excellence Awards Gala in Detroit on April 29th. We hope you can attend this year's special event to celebrate the great work you've done over the last year. Now it's my pleasure to announce station finalists in the 5 weighted categories for commercial radio. Stations that receive a best or merit in these categories will earn extra points towards their Station of the Year tally. The station with the most points will be named Station of the Year in their respective markets. First, we'll look at finalist entries for commercial. This is a single commercial or series of commercials for one client. Here are the finalists.
Market 4 finalists in commercial are WGHN FM, the appliance outlet, Summer 2022.
Is your fridge on the fritz? Is your stove down and out?
If so, you need to visit the new and expanded showroom of the Appliance Outlet and Home off Sternberg Road. Grandma Sunshine has increased the selection and brands in her new showroom.
And finalist WKQS FM, Chocolate Lions Club Halloween Party.
It's the annual Chocolate Lions Club Halloween Party. Join them as we turn Cherry Creek School into an evil, terrifying, blood-boiling extravaganza of fear!
It's a party for kids.
Oh, so no chainsaws?
No, games with prizes.
Market 3 finalists in commercial are WCSR FM, All Aboard Travel Series.
Julie, I need your help with an all-aboard travel commercial.
Travel. So am I finally going to get to tell you where to go?
Well, either you or Christina Boyer at All Aboard Travel, because she's the travel expert.
She'll probably tell you something different than I would.
She most certainly would. She'd tell me Disney World, Universal, or maybe the Caribbean or Cancun.
And finalist WTCM AM, Little Town Jerky. It's from Ebbles.
Hey, what you eating?
It's Little Town Jerky's honey glazed beef jerky. Delicious.
Oh, sure. From Ebels.
No, it's from Little Town Jerky.
Yeah, from Ebels in Falmouth.
Market 2 finalists in commercial are WILS AM, Andy T's Fall 2022.
Andy T's is a source, of course, for fruits and vegetables you'll endorse. It's an added trip that you will force out to Andy T's.
And finalist WJXQ FM, Benedict Auto by Terry Stevens.
Well, I was doing 67 on 127 when what did I see appear? Jumping across the road like a white-tailed toad was a big old honking deer.
Market 1 finalists in commercial are WJR AM, iKitty Web Shopping.
You know, if you think you're going to save money on new glasses by shopping on a website, you're going to be disappointed.
But the thing says save 20%.
It's hooey. If we just go into iQity, you save 65%.
And finalist WJR AM, Ford Motor Company, Mustang Reveal.
You've always been a Mustang owner, spent your whole life staying ahead of the pack. And now, it's time to catch up with the Stampede. The world debut of the all-new Ford Mustang GT.
On now to regularly scheduled broadcast personality or team. This is for the best regularly scheduled on-air weekday or weekend broadcast personality or broadcast team.
The network radio finalist in regularly scheduled broadcast personality or team is Spartan Sports Network, The Mel Tucker Show, September 29th, 2022.
Welcome to Kendall Brooks. Take it away, Coach Tucker.
Kendall, thanks for joining us. It's great to have you out here for the show. I didn't know that's how you pronounce your name, Kendall. I've never called him Kendall.
The Market 4 finalists in regularly scheduled broadcast personality or team are WKMJ FM Unscripted.
I will wait until the last car goes. I don't take chances. Apparently that irritates a lot of people.
And sometimes we deem it, we look at something, well, you could have gone. Well, you could have gone.
And finalist WFXD DT2, The Sports Drive.
Counting down the seconds until college football is back. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Luke. It's always, I do nothing but college football year-round. It's always a lot better when the games are actually going on.
The Market 3 finalists in regularly scheduled broadcast personality or team are WKLT-FM, The Weekend Show with Squatch.
And Doctor, we're currently on what level now?
Level 8.
Level 8. And you know, I just stopped.
On the rock station.
Where's the thermometer right now?
I can see it.
And finalist WKLT-FM, WKLT Station Overview.
Are you divorced, single?
Single.
So what are your hobbies?
Video games.
Video games.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yep, video games.
Well, this is possibly why you haven't met anyone yet. You have to actually leave your home to meet people, Brian.
The Market 2 finalists in regularly scheduled broadcast personality or team are WJXQ-FM. Terry takes a turkey murder contestant.
Hey, this is Terry from Q106. I'm looking for Levi Scott of Potterville.
Hey, this is him.
Levi! Dude, I am so excited to talk to you because I feel like you and I could do the best Abbott and Costello bit in the world.
And finalist WJXQ-FM, The Smashing Pumpkins Story with Span.
For Smashing Pumpkins, and I'm catching people having a good time, breaking a sweat, everybody screaming, and the light over my left shoulder disappears as a man who has no business being this big in real life is standing next to me, and he's standing with two women.
Market 1 finalists in regularly scheduled broadcast personality or team are WWJ-AM, WWJ's Jackie Page and Tony Ortiz.
A listener contacted me and said if you put that gasoline purchase on a warehouse branded card, you'll get even more of a break because you'll get money back, so it's a bigger savings.
And finalist WYCD-FM, The Rob and Holly Show.
We were talking about snuggle buddies earlier tonight. Do you have one?
I don't.
What? That is a very personal question.
I
You can't ask that.
Why?
Because.
I wish I did.
What if he's got 5 snuggle buddies?
Hey, well, then you can tell me your pipeline is full. You could tell me that.
Continuing coverage is coverage of current events over an extended number of reports. Here are the finalists.
The Market 4 finalists in continuing coverage are WUPF-FM, continuing coverage of the Gaylord tornado.
So give us an update on where you guys are in the recovery.
Right now, things have really stabilized pretty well. The majority of our businesses are back open. A good portion of them still have some damage.
And finalists WGHN-FM, Decision 2022.
Republican Congressman Peter Meyer has conceded to former Trump administration official John Gibbs, who moved to Grand Rapids to run against one of the 10 Republicans to vote to impeach Trump.
The Market 3 finalists in continuing coverage are WTCM-AM, continuing coverage Gaylord Tornado MAB 2022.
I am in Gaylord this morning. I am standing at the Nottingham Manufactured Home Park that was so severely hit by the tornado on Friday.
And finalists WLEN-FM, Riverview Terrace.
Residents living in an apartment building in Adrian have been told to evacuate over structural issues, according to the city. The inspection of the Riverview Terrace apartment building was ongoing as of late Monday afternoon.
The Market 2 finalists in continuing coverage are WOOD AM and FM, Patrick Leoya Body Camera Press Conference.
Grand Rapids Police will release 9 videos momentarily that show the police officer-involved shooting that killed Patrick Leoya. GRPD Chief Eric Winstrom says he will provide an update on where the investigation stands.
And finalist WSGW-AM, Hemlock Grain Fire.
Fire crews continued to battle the flames at a grain elevator in Hemlock, Michigan that caught fire late Sunday night. Flames were first spotted coming from a large grain storage building at the facility owned by the Andersons Incorporated around 10:10 p.m.
The Market 1 finalists in continuing coverage are WWJ-AM, coverage of Roe v. Wade decision.
This just in, the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade, which allows states to ban abortions. Of course, this is just breaking at this moment. We will have live team coverage coming up.
And finalist WJR-AM, Ukraine to Detroit. Stories of the Fight.
Every day, more than 70,000 Ukrainian children become refugees. More than 36 of them are now at Manoogian, a school that prides itself in its multicultural student body.
Newscast is another category, with extra points applied for the winning entries. This is for the best locally originated newscast. Check out the finalists now.
The Market 4 finalists in Newscast are WKQS-FM, WKQS Newscast, August 25th, 2022.
The Marquette City Commission is holding a special meeting today. Commissioners are currently meeting to review a draft of the operating budget for the city for the upcoming fiscal year.
And finalists WKQS-FM, WKQS Newscast, December 27th, 2022.
Snow cleanup is still continuing in some outlying areas of the UP after the Christmas blizzard. The National Weather Service reports snow totals through Sunday of over 40 inches south of Baraga.
The Market 3 finalists in Newscast are WLEN-FM, Newscast, Peter Stewart, December 20th, 2022.
The Tecumseh City Council recognized their election workers for a job well done during the most recent election season. Mayor Jack Baker read a proclamation to about a dozen workers at the council meeting Monday night.
And finalists WLEN-FM, Newscast, Dale Gartner, November 23rd, 2022.
The Kiwanis Club of Adrian, Alpha Coney Island, and Adrian Public Schools are teaming up again to offer a free Thanksgiving meal this Thursday. Thanks to the generosity of volunteers from Alpha Coney Island and the Kiwanis Club of Adrian, the free dinner is available from 11 a.m. until 1:30 p.m.
The Market 2 finalists in Newscast are WILS-AM, May 6, 2022, Rich Hurl, WILS Newscast.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Get on the ground!
Those sounds coming from video released Thursday by East Lansing Police of that officer-involved shooting.
And finalists WOOD-AM and FM, WOOD 5 p.m. Newscast, November 23rd, 2022.
Our top national story: airports are crammed today as Thanksgiving travelers attempt to get out of town. Scott Keys of Scott's Cheap Flights has a warning.
Don't expect that you can show up 45 minutes before your flight and breeze through security.
The Market 1 finalists in Newscast are WWJ-AM, WWJ Midday Auto Show Newscast.
The big news this hour is that President Biden has officially arrived at Metro Detroit Airport, making his way to the auto show. WWJ's Auto Beat reporter Jeff Gilbert is here and now joins us live with all of the details. Jeff.
And finalists WWJ-AM, WWJ Newscast, September 23rd, 2022.
The attorney representing 3 families in a lawsuit against the Oxford School District has new claims about the accused school shooter.
The negligence is overwhelming. That quote and conclusion from attorney Ven Johnson.
The final weighted category for the commercial radio division is community involvement. Being a resource for the community is such an important piece of being a broadcaster and what makes Michigan stations so unique. The MAB is honored to recognize stations that continue to serve their communities. This category is for public service activities coordinated by a station or any forms of gratis community outreach, which is public service of the station to serve its local community.
The Market 4 finalists in community involvement are WUPF-FM, Stuff the Studio.
Hey everybody, this is Dave Starr broadcasting live from Stay Stone Company here on 3rd Street in Marquette. We're here celebrating their 1-year anniversary in business, and it's a stop on the Stuff the Studio food drive tour.
And finalists WGHN-FM, WGHN Coat Drive 2022.
It's been said, showing warmth and compassion for others brings genuine happiness to all. Give a little warmth this season by joining the WGHN Planning is Cleaner's Coat Drive, presented by Tri-Cities Credit Union.
The Market 3 finalists in community involvement are WLEN-FM, WLEN Report to the Community 2022.
2022 was finally the pandemic reset. Things opened up and people got back to business. However, as the economy faltered and inflation began to rise, we found yet a different struggle in our community.
And finalist WCSR-FM, Smoke Show Festival.
I know what I'm doing. Be sure to join us Saturday, June 25th at the inaugural WCSR Smoke Show presented by County National Bank at the Hillsdale County Fairground.
The Market 2 finalists in community involvement are WJXQ-FM. Terry interviews Alfonso Seville of Heartsick for the All Request Holiday Food Drive.
I'm hanging with a couple of members of our Michigan-made music scene. I got Alfonso from Heartsick.
Yo.
And I got, jump right in there, Damon. And Damon from Of Virtue.
And finalist WLMI-FM, Community Connections, Lansing Art Gallery.
Barb Whitney is Executive Director of the Lansing Art Gallery and Education Center.
We provide public awareness, education, and enjoyment of the visual arts by promoting the works of Michigan artists.
The Market 1 finalists in community involvement are WDMK-FM, Sleeping Bags for the Homeless.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer is on the line.
The drive to help people who are struggling this time of year is so important, and it's inspiring.
And finalist WWJ-AM, WWJ Winter Survival Radiothon for Thaw.
And we are heading into the home stretch now, but it's not time to slow down. It's time to speed up. We gotta cross that finish line strong. It's your final chance to help keep kids and families warm this winter.
Congratulations to all winners and finalists in the Commercial and Network Radio Division. Again, tickets for the Broadcast Excellence Awards Gala may be purchased today, and we'll be in touch with each winning station's contestant manager to coordinate your free registrations. The list of winners and finalists will be available online at broadcastexcellenceawards.com following these announcements. Congratulations to our commercial and network radio finalists and winners, and thank you to the Motown Museum for being such a gracious host to us. Now, let's head toward another iconic stop in Detroit for the announcement of our public station finalists and winners. Welcome to Comerica Park, home of the Detroit Tigers, who are getting ready to kick off their 2023 campaign in a few weeks. We're standing in front of the statue that honors legendary Tigers broadcaster and MAB Lifetime Achievement Award recipient Ernie Harwell. Ernie's work is among the best ever, not only in Michigan, but in broadcasting's history. Joining me now to announce our public station honorees is Steve Schramm. Steve is the recently retired General Manager and Executive Director of Michigan Radio and is the former Board President of the Michigan Association of Public Broadcasters. Steve, welcome to Comerica Park.
Thank you, Sam.
Steve is a longtime leader of public stations here in Michigan. Talk about their importance of the work in the state.
Absolutely, Sam. Thank you very much. It's a great opportunity to join you here at Comerica Park on behalf of the public broadcasters in the state of Michigan. The importance of public TV and radio in Michigan has never been more essential across the 10 public TV outlets and the 24 public radio stations in the Michigan Association of Public Broadcasters. There's a shared commitment to serving their respective communities. Public broadcasters are aligned to be the best they can be and stretch their imagination and capacity to provide news services, whether it be programming diversification and content expansion, listener events, technology, and new delivery platforms, as well as strategies for building listener and user financial support. The collective audiences of Michigan's public broadcasting stations hear directly from their local listeners, viewers, and followers with feedback that underscores the value that they bring. They deliver it every day, and it comes from their outstanding and award-winning commitment to local news and information, legislation updates from our State and Capitol Bureau, and conversations and community, civic, and cultural thought leaders across the state. Public radio and TV serves its audience with content that is essential, timely, and critical to an engaged and better informed community. In many ways, our public broadcasters work every day to deliver on the promise to create and distribute trusted content to inform, educate, and entertain people around the world, and especially in the state of Michigan. I'm proud to have served alongside with the scores of public media pros whose works we spotlight today with these awards.
Steve, what stands out to you about the work of public broadcasters over the past year?
Well, it's been a very busy year, and every year brings new sets of assignments to cover, opportunities to expand more deeply on the past influential journalism, and to prepare for that period's spontaneous news and trends. This past year, public broadcasters in Michigan gave extensive coverage to the midterm election in November, And those results, ramifications, responses, and realignments drove the localized coverage and analysis and conversations in the months leading up to the November election, along with the post-election prognostication of the future. In addition to that key news event, it would be an error to overlook the quality of many original documentaries, special reports, online and on-demand content, and audience engagement events across the state that address the vast array of interests and expectations from our public TV and radio audiences.
You've worked on both the commercial and the public side of the industry, but what keeps you encouraged about the future of broadcasting?
Well, there's many things. It's been my experience across the decades to meet and make long-term relationships with many colleagues on the public side of broadcasting in Michigan, and our valued commercial TV and radio professionals as well. It's a vibrant broadcast community here in Michigan, and it brings me great encouragement and confidence that we have an appreciation and dependency that each sector thrives, and collectively, that's what we're going to do, provide our audience with the local content and creativity they expect, doing it reliably, with integrity, and a commitment to excellence that does not waver. And today is the first opportunity to see and hear the best of that output from the past year as we bring you the honorees in the Michigan Association of Broadcast Excellence Awards from our public broadcasters.
And as a reminder, the public radio divisions compete in groups based on budget. Those stations with a less than $2 million budget are in Group 1, and stations with a more than $2 million budget are in Group 2. Now, let's get started. Steve, please do the honors.
In public radio, we'll start with feature or use of medium. This is a single report which may have aired in a newscast as relief or contrast to serious reporting or a long-form program. Here are the winners.
The Public Radio Group 1 merit in feature or use of medium is WGVU-FM. Homeless shelter patron turned cook pays it forward with sandwich fundraiser. The Public Radio Group 1 best in feature or use of medium is WGVU-FM. Athletes flock to junior wheelchair sports camp.
Nice, Brad!
As wheels squeak on the basketball court and tennis balls fly.
Good try. Let's go, defense.
The 50 junior athletes at Mary Free Bed's annual wheelchair sports camp are working hard to grow their skills.
The Public Radio Group 2 merit in feature or use of medium is WICA-FM. For some in northern Michigan, Santa is a year-round commitment. The Public Radio Group 2 best in feature or use of medium is WDET-FM. Who is painting the Corn Real Good signs?
You could blink and miss them driving up the Lodge or on Jefferson, but once you've seen the signs, they're hard to forget. Corn Real Good, painted in yellow bubble letters on a red background. They're scattered throughout Detroit like little breadcrumbs.
The next category for public radio is hard news and current event story. This is coverage of a significant event affecting the community. Let's listen now.
The Public Radio Group 1 merit in hard news and current event story is WEMU-FM. Incoming Speaker of the House lays out Michigan's environmental agenda. The Public Radio Group 1 best in hard news and current event story is WMUK-FM. A Kalamazoo camp aims to help children and teens avoid tragic encounters with guns.
We're hoping that they leave here encouraged and they can tell some of their friends about the camp and encourage their friends who they may know not to pull the trigger, or a family member not to pull the trigger.
The Public Radio Group 2 merit in hard news and current event story is WDET-FM. Indigenous ceremony in Rouge Park shut down by police. The Public Radio Group 2 best in hard news and current event story is Michigan Radio. 9 days in a Michigan abortion clinic as election looms.
Today, we're going to bring you inside one of these abortion clinics to hear what actually happens inside and hear directly from these patients themselves about what's at stake in this election.
On now to marketing materials and promotions. This is promotion of your station or a promotional announcement for a program your station produces and airs.
The Public Radio Group 1 merit in marketing materials and promotions is WEMU-FM. WEMU celebrates 45 years of jazz. The Public Radio Group 1 best in marketing materials and promotions is WGVU-FM. News promo.
News from across the state.
Says her office feels very confident about clearing the officers.
Law to take effect would continue to cause confusion among women and abortion
News
providers.
from West Michigan.
Grand Rapids public schools face a shortage of teachers.
The Public Radio Group 2 merit in marketing materials and promotions is WKAR-FM. WKAR-FM Century of Service Special Promo. The Public Radio Group 2 Best in Marketing Materials and Promotions is WDET-FM. CS Pop, April 19th, 2022.
On Culture Shift, the arts play a critical role in explaining our history. When Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson became the first black woman to sit on the Supreme Court, Detroit poet Jessica Care Moore knew she had to preserve the moment with a poem.
Mini documentary or series is next. This category is for a series of reports on a single topic which may be included in a regularly scheduled newscast. Congratulations to these entries.
The Public Radio Group 1 merit in mini documentary or series is WGVU-FM. GRPD officer kills black motorist during traffic stop. The Public Radio Group 1 best in mini documentary or series is WEMU-FM. Issues of the Environment.
As we continue to see increasing impacts of climate change, determining our energy future is going to be increasingly important. As we understand the need for change, we also know that change is hard.
The Public Radio Group 2 merit in mini documentary or series is WDET-FM. Election 2022. The Public Radio Group 2 best in mini documentary or series is Michigan Radio. Abortion rights on Michigan ballot.
This would be a very much wanted pregnancy if my life situation was different, my circumstances were different, my finances, my relationship, my health, all kinds of things that if they were different, it's just not that simple.
Congratulations again to those entries in the mini documentary or series category. Next is the best locally originated, regularly produced musical programming. Let's listen now.
The Public Radio Group 1 merit in musical programming is WEMU-FM. Michael Jewett, Duke Ellington, and Queen Elizabeth. The Public Radio Group 1 best in musical programming is WGVU-FM. Winterfest at St. Cecilia's with Christian McBride.
Bass player Christian McBride has curated Winterfest for St. Cecilia Music Center Thursday through Saturday, February 24th through the 26th. And on Thursday, bass duets with Edgar Meyer.
The Public Radio Group 2 merit in musical programming is WKAR-FM. WKAR's MSU in Concert, Chinese New Year. The Public Radio Group 2 best in musical programming is WDET-FM. Best of Detroit 2022 music releases on Culture Shift.
People all over love Sam Jones because you get into some stuff that is just not being played anywhere else. You also are the band leader for the band Will Sessions, which has been huge in the Detroit scene for a long time now.
In the newscast category, which is the best locally originated newscast, these entries came out on top.
The Public Radio Group 1 merit in newscast is WEMU-FM. More election coverage with David Fair. The Public Radio Group 1 best in newscast is WGVU-FM. April 14th newscast.
During a news conference Wednesday afternoon, the Grand Rapids Police Department released multiple videos of a police officer involved in the fatal shooting of a black man. WGVU's Daniel Booth reports.
The video footage came from the officer's body-worn camera.
The Public Radio Group 2 merit in newscast is Michigan Radio. August 2nd, 6 a.m. newscast. The Public Radio Group 2 best in newscast is WKAR-FM. Election 2022 Morning Roundup.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer has claimed victory in a second term following an election that saw Democrats score significant statewide wins. 3 ballot questions were approved by voters, including Proposal 3 to enshrine abortion rights in the Michigan Constitution.
Now, on to the news special or public affairs program. This category asks for a single self-contained report or program which aired separately from a regularly scheduled news program.
The Public Radio Group 1 merit in News Special or Public Affairs Program is WGVU-FM, local election night coverage. The Public Radio Group 1 Best in News Special or Public Affairs Program is WEMU-FM, Washtenaw United, a historical and personal perspective on law enforcement.
I'm David Fair, and today we're going to look a little history of the relationship between law enforcement and the community of African American men and women in our country, and take a look at where we are now and where policing is headed in our community moving forward.
The Public Radio Group 2 merit in News Special or Public Affairs Program is WKAR-FM. WKAR Radio celebrates a century of service. The Public Radio Group 2 Best in News Special or Public Affairs Program is Michigan Radio, Oxford, 1 year later.
I know that training saved our lives because I know that that person was close to us because of what I could hear and, of course, what I've heard after and since.
Moving on to special interest and cultural programming. This is a public affairs program featuring issues of interest to Michigan citizens of all ages. Let's listen.
The Public Radio Group 1 merit in special interest and cultural programming is WEMU-FM, Creative Impact. John Nick Pappas is a local legend of the third dimension. The Public Radio Group 1 Best in Special Interest and Cultural Programming is WGVU-FM, Beverly Austin, Rockin' the Runway.
Beverly Austin is an award winner, businesswoman involved in her community, wife and super mom of 4. She's the founder of Beverly Austin Enterprises, Rockin' the Runway GR, creator of Confident Wear Boutique, and, well, there's more. She's a highly sought-after speaker.
The Public Radio Group 2 merit in Special Interest and Cultural Programming is WRCJ-FM, honoring Black composers. The Public Radio Group 2 Best in Special Interest and Cultural Programming is Michigan Radio, Stateside.
This is the story of Oxford Township.
You felt like you were in this hole and you didn't know how to climb out of it.
Part of the community, they just want to move on.
I feel like I wake up every morning kind of figuring out who I am.
He's stuck at 17 and I hate that.
And last but not least in public radio is the category use of new media. This category asks stations to showcase their use of new media in a single or multiple project. Here are the winners.
The Public Radio Group 1 merit in use of new media is WEMU-FM, As Time Goes By. The Public Radio Group 1 Best in use of new media is WEMU-FM. WEMU 89.1 celebrates 45 years of jazz programming.
He picked jazz, and WEMU's programming took off.
See, one of our concepts was not only just to be a jazz station, but to put together the jazz audience with the jazz performer.
The Public Radio Group 2 merit in use of new media is Michigan Radio. It's just politics, TikTok. The Public Radio Group 2 Best in use of new media is WDET-FM, Tracked and Traced.
Does government surveillance on your personal communication make you feel more or less safe?
Less safe. It's invasion of privacy. I think government's sticking their nose into too many people's business right now.
Congratulations again to all the winning stations announced so far today. Now it's my pleasure to announce station finalists in the 3 final categories for public radio: membership appeal, community involvement, and station excellence. In the public division, stations that place either best or merit in the station excellence category receive additional points toward their stations of the year tally. We'll start with the finalists in membership appeal. This is a live or pre-produced pitch or spot that moves listeners to action.
The Public Radio Group 1 finalists in membership appeal are WNMU-FM, Voices.
I think public radio is unique through its inclusivity and kind of diversity of voices.
I think it brings a great deal of culture.
So you're going to hear concerts from Hiawatha and the Pine Mountain Music Festival, all sorts of exciting cultural events that happen in the area.
And finalist, WEMU-FM, Nick Thompson's WEMU Squirrel Plea.
In my house, we have a saying, the only good squirrel is a stuffed squirrel. This has a lot to do with our yard's mix of walnuts and hickories and a high-strung Type A cattle dog that roams our suburban landscape.
The Public Radio Group 2 finalists in membership appeal are WDET-FM, WDET News Superheroes.
In a world that seems crazy, where fake news runs wild,
did you read that story on Facebook today?
there's one group of superheroes fighting to keep you informed, the WDET News Team.
And finalist WRCJ-FM, Bachtoberfest.
This is Johann Sebastian Bach.
Hello.
He's helping us celebrate Bachtoberfest on 90.9 WRCJ as we showcase great music by the beloved German composer. Join us with your morning coffee.
The Public Radio Community Involvement category is for any public service announcement locally produced by the station, a public service activity coordinated by the station, or any form of gratis community outreach, which is public service of the station to serve its local community. Here are the finalists for community involvement in Public Radio Groups 1 and 2.
The Public Radio Group 1 finalists in community involvement are WEMU-FM, Jazzistry Moments.
Today, on the anniversary of his birth, we celebrate the artist widely considered to be the greatest jazz composer and bandleader of all time, Edward Kennedy Ellington.
And finalist WGVU-FM, WGVU and Lead a Summit on Race and Inclusion.
WGVU Public Media is proud to partner with the Lakeshore Ethnic Diversity Alliance for its 17th Summit on Race and Inclusion, Uniting Our Voices. Keynote speaker Isabel Wilkerson.
The Public Radio Group 2 finalists in community involvement are Michigan Radio Enterprise Team Events. And finalist, Michigan Radio, Local Lives.
You're going to learn a lot. You're going to be enlightened in some ways. You're going to be surprised. You're going to laugh. You may cry if you're like me and get all goopy about certain things. But thank you for coming out.
And closing out the Public Radio Division is the Station Excellence category. Again, placing in this category gives stations extra points towards their Station of the Year tally. Station Excellence asks for a 1,000-word maximum essay explaining why the station is deserving of the overall Station of the Year title. Entries must include at least 3 testimonials or letters of support from station partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Here are the finalists for Station Excellence.
The Public Radio Group 1 finalists in Station Excellence are WEMU-FM, Station Excellence, WEMU. And finalist WGVU-FM, WGVU Station of the Year. The Public Radio Group 2 finalists in Station Excellence are Michigan Radio 2022. And finalist WDET-FM, WDET Station Excellence.
Congratulations to all public radio winners announced here today. We'll move on now to public television. Again, all public television stations in the state of Michigan compete against each other in one division. We'll start with continuing coverage, which is a new category this year in the public television division. This is coverage of a current event over an extended number of reports.
The public television best in continuing coverage is WTVS-TV, Future of Work.
Hi, I'm Will Glover, One Detroit producer and host of the Future of Work Town Halls. I'm here at DPTV headquarters working on a new look for next year's town halls, so as I look to our future, let's also take a look back at 2022's Future of Work Town Halls.
Cultural and Performing Arts is next. This is a single program or series primarily featuring performances. Here are the winners.
The The public television merit in cultural and performing arts is WTVS-TV, The Doo-Wop Project. The public television best in cultural and performing arts is WKAR-TV, Music for Social Justice.
In cultural programming, which is a cultural documentary or series that presents the arts or cultures of a community, these entries came out on top.
The public television merit in cultural programming is WKAR-TV, The Art of Healing. The public television best in cultural programming is WKAR-TV, Music for Social Justice.
Public television stations can enter in the category of independent producer, which is an independently produced program or series that must have aired on the sponsoring public station. Here are the top entries.
The public television merit in independent producer is WKAR-TV, Brenda's Story, From Undocumented to Documented. The public television best in independent producer is WTVS-TV, The Eerie Situation.
It's just a hell of a place to grow up, you know. I mean, none of us even have driver's license to work. I didn't get one until I was 19 or 20. I went to the theater by boat, downtown the channel.
And now on to marketing materials and promotions. This category asks for a promotion of your station or a promotional announcement for a program on your station. Let's take a look right now.
The public television merit in marketing materials and promotions is WKAR-TV. WKAR Family Celebrates Education, Sizzle Reel. The public television best in marketing materials and promotions is WKAR-TV. WKAR Family Reading Kits, Sizzle Reel.
We're with you in our community of educators, and we're with you in making sure our community is a community that honors literacy in every child.
In mini documentary or series, stations enter a series of reports on a single topic. Let's take a look at the top 2 entries.
The public television merit in mini documentary or series is WKAR-TV, celebrating a century of service from WKAR. The public television best in mini documentary or series is WKAR-TV, serving up science.
I'm Cheryl Kirschenbaum, and on this episode of Serving Up Science, we're putting junk food under the microscope to figure out the science behind our affinity for highly processed foods that pack a lot of calories with little nutritional value.
The Public Television Division highlights news or public affairs specials. These are the best locally originated news or public affairs programs or series. Congratulations to these winners.
The public television merit in news or public affairs special is WKAR-TV, Twice as Likely. The public television best in news or public affairs special is WTVS-TV, Great Lakes Now.
On this edition of Great Lakes Now, the push to restore a historic Great Lakes lighthouse.
All the technology that was developed and engineered for Spectacle makes her kind of the grandmother of every other offshore lighthouse.
Green development in an industrial Chicago community.
In news special or documentary, which includes entries with a single self-contained report or program, here are the best and merit winners.
The public television merit in news special or documentary is WTVS-TV, Detroit Home Repairs. The public television best in news special or documentary is WTVS-TV, Reducing Gun Violence in Communities of Color.
We are looking at the efforts to reduce gun violence and crime. I'm going to talk with the director of Force Detroit about how to make the city safer, and we'll take you to this year's Silence the Violence March on the east side, plus my conversation with Mayor Mike Duggan and Police Chief James White.
Special Interest is a public affairs program featuring issues of interest to Michigan citizens of all ages. This year, these entries came out on top.
The public television merit in special interest is WKAR-TV, curious about careers. The public television best in special interest is WKAR-TV, twice as likely.
The category Sports, Outdoor, or Recreation calls for the best locally originated outdoor or recreation program, series, or live sports coverage. Here are the winners.
The public television merit in sports, outdoor, or recreation is WGVU-TV, Grand Valley State Sports Report, April 11th, 2022, Judith Esamaya feature. The public television best in sports, outdoor, or recreation is WTVS-TV, Great Lakes Now, recreation coverage.
For years, water sports enthusiasts have been chasing the wind on the Great Lakes. Windsurfing, kiteboarding, even surfing. But I heard about a new trend in water sports, one that doesn't depend on a strong breeze.
New also this year for public television are the categories Use of Multi-Platform Media Short Form and Long Form. These categories ask stations to showcase their use of short and long form digital media content. Here are the category winners.
The public television merit in use of multi-platform media, long form, is WKAR-TV, twice as likely. The public television best in use of multi-platform media, long form, is WKAR-TV, serving up science.
I'm Cheryl Kirschenbaum, and on this episode of Serving Up Science, we're putting junk food under the microscope to figure out the science behind our affinity for highly processed foods that pack a lot of calories with little nutritional value.
The public television merit in use of multi-platform media, short form, is WKAR-TV. Stay fit with WKAR. The public television best in use of multi-platform media, short form, is WKAR-TV. The Art of Healing.
My main message to people my age, and especially the ones that deal with mental health, is it's a real thing for us and it's serious, but we're gonna succeed.
A fantastic group of winners in the public television division. There are 3 categories left now in public television, and again, we'll be introducing finalists in each of these categories today, with the winners announced on April 29th at the Broadcast Excellence Awards Gala inside Soundboard at the MotorCity Casino. It's going to be a terrific celebration of all the things that we love in this industry. Public television is similar to public radio in that stations that place either best or merit in the station excellence category receive additional points towards their Station of the Year tally. It's my pleasure to present these finalists first in Membership Appeal. This is a live or pre-produced pitch, digital campaign, or spot which is engaging and moves listeners to action.
The public television finalists in Membership Appeal are WKAR-TV, Prince and the Revolution of Purple Rain Tour.
I am excited to have this opportunity to watch Prince and the Revolution perform in Syracuse, New York, circa 1985. That's right, their Purple Rain album, one of my personal all-time favorites, and the movie cemented Prince as an iconic musician and performer.
And finalists WKAR-TV, Through the Banks of the Red Cedar.
It is my honor to host this special presentation of the documentary Through the Banks of the Red Cedar, highlighting the life of Michigan State University football legend Gene Washington, as well as the full integration of MSU's football team during the Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s.
And now, on to community involvement. This category asks for a compilation clip with 3 to 5 events that are of any public service announcement locally produced by the station, a public service activity coordinated by the station, or any form of gratis community outreach, which is public service of the station to this community it serves. Here are the two finalists in the category Community Involvement.
The public television finalist in community involvement is WTVS-TV, Detroit Public Television's commitment to communities.
Hi, I'm Tara Hardy with Detroit PBS Kids, and I'm here today with one of my favorite people, Reverend Larry Simmons. We are at Gompers Elementary and Middle School. Larry, can you tell us why we're here?
We're part of the Every School Day Counts Detroit, and today we have a partnership with Detroit Pistons.
And finalist, WKAR-TV, community connections through film and conversation.
I think what strikes me when I see the film, and this isn't the first time I've seen the film, is the how many people and how many specialties, how many organizations it took to get people to pay attention.
Last in public television are the finalists in station excellence. Similar to public radio, this category asks for a 1,000-word maximum essay explaining why the station is deserving of the overall Station of the Year award. Entries must also include at least 3 testimonials or letters of support from station partners, sponsors, or affiliates. These stations will receive extra points toward their Station of the Year tally.
The public television finalists in Station Excellence are WTVS-TV, Detroit Public Television, and finalist WKAR-TV, WKAR-TV 2022 Station Excellence Essay.
Congratulations again to all public media stations recognized today. Spending a significant part of my career in public media as Executive Director of Michigan Radio and for years as President of the MAPB has been the most meaningful and rewarding service of my 47-year broadcast industry career. I am honored to have had the pleasure of recognizing the amazing work done by public media stations throughout the state.
Well, thank you, Steve, and congratulations on an incredible career. We know you'll stay involved and appreciate all of your work. Up next, we'll announce our commercial and network television finalists and winners. So let's head across the city for our final stop of the show. Welcome to Soundboard, inside the MotorCity Casino, site of the Michigan Association of Broadcasters Broadcast Excellence Awards Gala on April 29th. Our red carpet event will be a celebration of not only our finalists and winners, but of our entire industry, and we can't wait to share the evening with you all. We are getting ready to recognize excellence in commercial and network television. But before we do, I am honored to welcome a special guest. Claude Molinari is the president and CEO of Visit Detroit, which is an independent nonprofit economic development organization that promotes the city regionally, nationally, and internationally. Claude, thanks for joining me here today.
Happy to be here, Sam. Thanks for having me.
The MAB is excited to have a large presence in Detroit. On March 28th, we're celebrating our Student Stations of the Year at Little Caesars Arena during a Red Wings game. Then we'll be right back here at Soundboard on April 29th for our Broadcast Excellence Awards. And then in August, we're coming back for our Summer Leadership Conference, Hall of Fame and Lifetime Achievement Awards at the Shinola Hotel. We have members all over the state. So for those who haven't been to the city in a while, Claude, what excites you most about what's happening here in the city?
I first came to Detroit in 2011. I would travel around the country for work, and when I told people that I was from Detroit, they would look at me with concern or pity. After 2016, that really started to change. Now when I tell people that I'm from Detroit, they get excited. Detroit's transformation has been more than a generation in the making, and it's the people that are leading it. There is an incredible spirit of resiliency and determination to make our city the vibrant leaders of art, culture, and innovation again.
Well, Claude, the city has landed some large marquee events this year and in the coming years, notably SummerSlam and the NFL Draft, as well as multiple conventions that attract international audiences. Why do you think Detroit is so attractive for these large-scale events?
It's our people and our story. Americans love the comeback narrative, and Detroiters have shown our ability to come back time and time again. With the #1 Riverwalk, public square, and art museum in the country, along with a thriving music and cultural scene, it is obvious to Detroiters that we aren't coming back, our city is back. However, for out-of-town guests, the secret of our success is still getting out there. And major events like the NFL Draft, SummerSlam, and the NCAA Final Four, and hundreds of conventions, they want to be a part of that.
Well, Claude, we couldn't be more excited to be here in Detroit, and thank you and the city for being such gracious hosts.
Sam, I'm happy to be here today to help announce winners and finalists in television categories, and I'm thrilled to welcome you all to visit Detroit this April. Our great city has so much to offer, and we are proud to be hosting several MAB events here in Detroit this year. Now let's take a look at the winners in commercial and network television. We'll start with the commercial category. This is a single commercial or series of commercials for one client. Let's take a look at the winners.
The network television merit in commercial is Spartan's All Access Television Network, Pack the Woodshed. The network television best in commercial is Spartan's All Access Television Network, MSU Athletics, Next Level.
Look at my shine with the blow. This is my time with it though. This is my time to be way at the top. Me and my guys gon' pay out the block. I don't look like walls.
The market for merit in commercial is WLUC TV, Mackinac City Adventure. The market for best in commercial is WLUC TV, Upper Hand Brewery Campaign.
Upper Hand, proudly brewed in Michigan's beautiful Upper Peninsula.
The market 3 merit in commercial is WSYM TV, Rush Soccer Lansing. The market 3 best in commercial is WILX TV, Ingham County Fair 2022. The market 2 merit in commercial is WXMI TV, Kids Food Basket. The market 2 best in commercial is WXMI TV, Weller Auto.
Thanks for coming in. Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat.
The continuing coverage category asks for coverage of current events over an extended number of reports. Here are the winners.
The market for merit in continuing coverage is WJMN TV, Negaunee Miners, and The Road to Ford Field. The market for best in continuing coverage is WLUC TV, Baumgartner Goes to Beijing, Returns with Gold.
Nick Baumgartner glided down Big Bear Run at Ski Brule in style today. The Iron River native and Olympic gold medalist joined hundreds this afternoon on a ride along down the hills where he first learned to snowboard.
The market 3 merit in continuing coverage is WWTV TV and WWUP TV. Continuing coverage, Traverse City plane crash. The market 3 best in continuing coverage is WLNS TV, Houses of Horror.
Yeah, good evening, Chair. I'm going to give you a quick glance at what I saw. Take a look at the outside of this building right now. You can see it's in pretty rough shape. No window on the door, really beat up. And on the inside, we went into 3 of the 12 units. It's even worse.
The market 2 merit in continuing coverage is WOOD TV, Art Man. The market 2 best in continuing coverage is WOOD TV, Leoya Shooting.
We saw 4 angles during a news conference held at City Hall today, including the moment that the officer shot and killed Leoya.
Right now, protesters are gathering downtown after watching that video.
The market 1 merit in continuing coverage is WJBK TV. What can police really do about crime? The market 1 best in continuing coverage is WDIV TV, Devastation in Gaylord.
Imagine being in a trailer like this in this mobile home community when the warning goes off on your cell phone. Your kitchen, this is a kitchen, gets blown out from behind you, the refrigerator, the stove, still standing.
On to feature or use of a medium for commercial and network television. This is a single report which aired in a newscast.
The network television best in feature or use of medium is Spartan's All Access Television Network. Spartan's All Access. Maddie Sissoko.
Have basketball. They just like make you grateful, make you remember who you are.
Market for merit in feature or use of medium is WZMQ TV. Bomber visits Upper Peninsula. The market for best in feature or use of medium is WLUC TV. Ron the Postman.
People have told me you make their day. It's fun. There's Jack.
Fun. That's one of Ron Curtis' key words.
It is fun.
The market 3 merit in feature or use of medium is WLNS TV. Carter's Voice. The market 3 best in feature or use of medium is WWTV TV and WWUP TV. Feature, Gaylord Tornado Survivor.
The only thing I remember is getting thrown through my bathroom wall and then coming to, screaming for help, and my son coming to find me. And just tell him I couldn't feel my legs.
The market to merit in feature or use of medium is WOOD TV, Miracle Marathoner. The market to best in feature or use of medium is WNEM TV, Battle on the Home Front, the war against veteran suicide.
Oh yeah, you're styling now.
A very fun-loving kid, loved life.
We always considered him like an old soul. He loved to fish. That was like his biggest passion.
The market 1 merit in feature or use of medium is WDIV TV, Home Savior. The market 1 best in feature or use of medium is WDIV TV, Get Out Now.
It's been nearly 3 weeks since fire destroyed Tony Burge's Van Buren Township home. And he can still walk you through every second of it.
This is the living room where my wife was sleeping.
In the investigative story category, television stations are asked to provide coverage of a significant event affecting the community. Let's watch now.
The market for merit in investigative story is WLUC TV. State of Michigan finds abuse and neglect at Mission Point in Hancock. The market for best in investigative story is WLUC TV. Investigating the impact of a visitor's influx at Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore.
Here was our plan. Backpack 42.4 miles from the Grand Sable Visitor Center to Munising Falls. 5 days, 4 nights.
The market 3 merit in investigative story is WPBN TV and WTOM TV. Murder-suicide victim PPO failure. The market 3 best in investigative story is WWTV TV and WWUP TV. Investigative story, Unsolved, the murder of Jeanette Robertson.
She would do anything for anybody.
Jeanette Robertson was someone seemingly everyone loved to be around, a beautiful young woman with a bright future ahead of her.
The market 2 merit in investigative story is WXMI TV, Pullman elder abuse. The market 2 best in investigative story is WNEM TV, social media sugar daddies.
Scrolling through social media, a routine ritual for most 14-year-olds.
I like just seeing what people post and like about their lives and just like what they're doing. And
so he claims to be a model.
The market 1 merit in investigative story is WXYZ TV, conduct unbecoming. The market 1 best in investigative story is WDIV TV, mistakes at the morgue.
The Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office thought the body was that of a female, but stated identification was very difficult. We would later uncover the ME's office did not do the proper testing of the remains.
Marketing materials and promotions is up next, with entries including promotion of your station or a promotional announcement for a program your station produces and airs. Here are the winners in commercial television.
The market for merit in marketing materials and promotions is WLUC-TV, Steve Asplin's last show. The market for best in marketing materials and promotions is WLUC-TV, Winter News Image.
When something happens in Upper Michigan, TV6 is there.
FIS Continental Cup.
Nick Baumgartner is arriving home.
Michigan Tech University's 100th Winter Carnival.
The Market 3 merit in marketing materials and promotions is WSYM-TV, Better Together Morning News Campaign. The Market 3 best in marketing materials and promotions is WSYM-TV, Fox 47 News Image 2022.
Fox 47 News launched with one newscast and one mission.
Fox 47 News at 10, local news at a more convenient time.
And for over 20 years, we've continued to grow and grow.
The Market 2 merit in marketing materials and promotions is WOOD-TV, WOOD-TV 8, Super Bowl Woodle. The Market 2 best in marketing materials and promotions is WXMI-TV, Meet Fox 17 Campaign.
What's the most annoying thing I do?
No.
Wait, this is so fun.
I don't think you do anything annoying.
The Market 1 merit in marketing materials and promotions is WDIV-TV, We Are Detroit. The Market 1 best in marketing materials and promotions is WDIV-TV, Detroit Rebuilding.
To say that we've been through it really doesn't begin to describe what life's been like. The ups, the downs, the division. Feels like we've lost our way.
Here now is mini documentary or series, which asks for a series of reports on a single topic which may be included in a regularly scheduled newscast. In commercial and network television, these are the winners. The network television best in mini documentary or series is Spartan's All Access Television Network, Spartan's All Access. The Market 4 merit in mini documentary or series is WLUC-TV, Michigan State Police Training Series. The Market 4 best in mini documentary or series is WLUC-TV, The Big Picture.
It was going to be a challenge. We had breakfast, packed up our gear, and took off.
The only way out is through. We just had to do it. I mean, you don't really have a choice. You have to do it.
The Market 3 merit in mini documentary or series is WSYM-TV, Good Neighbors. The Market 3 best in mini documentary or series is WPBN-TV and WTOM-TV, Michigan Ukrainian Aid.
We bury our kids just on the children's play yards because we don't have space.
The Market 2 merit in mini documentary or series is WXMI-TV, MAB mini doc or series Pay It Forward. The Market 2 best in mini documentary or series is WOOD-TV, Black History Month.
There's a sense of pride in discovering your roots. It can give you power, build esteem, and shape your purpose. But it's an ancestral path that's challenging for some to travel.
The Market 1 merit in mini documentary or series is WKBD-TV, Crime Without Punishment. The Market 1 best in mini documentary or series is WDIV-TV, Connecting Through Columbine.
What did you experience when you walked back into that school for the first time?
A lot of overwhelming feelings, and no feeling is wrong.
And that's the thing I think they need to know.
On now to the personality categories in commercial television: news anchor and news reporter. Let's take a look at these award-winning journalists from across the state.
The market for merit in news anchor is WLUC-TV, Pavlina Asta. The market for best in news anchor is WLUC-TV, Elizabeth Peterson.
Good morning to you, everyone. Thank you so much for waking up with us. You're probably waking up a little sticky, a little hot. I love it. I want more of it. Jennifer, I'm hoping we have another day like it.
Market 3 merit in news anchor is WILX-TV, Seth Wells. The Market 3 best in news anchor is WLNS-TV, Kiera Lake.
In a Jackson County courtroom, Joe Morrison, his father-in-law Pete Musico, and Paul Billar were found guilty on all charges, a triumph for state prosecutors.
The Market 2 merit in news anchor is WOOD-TV, Donovan Long. The Market 2 best in news anchor is WXMI-TV, Josh Berry.
We're all watching this at the same time. We're processing this together. People had it out, and I could hear the reaction from people as they were watching it. There was one person holding their phone up against the window across the street here from Grand Rapids Police.
The Market 1 merit in news anchor is WDIV-TV, Kimberly Gill. The Market 1 best in news anchor is WXYZ-TV, Carolyn Clifford.
Police on the scene of an active shooting situation happening right now in Dearborn. Good afternoon to you. I am Carolyn Clifford. Police now in a barricaded standoff with the suspected shooter.
The Market 4 merit in news reporter is WJMN-TV, Brianna McLean. The Market 4 best in news reporter is WLUC-TV, Grace Blair.
With taps playing at the Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C., UP Honor Flight veterans received a special recognition.
The Market 3 merit in news reporter is WILX-TV, Ann Emmerich. The Market 3 best in news reporter is WWTV-TV and WWUP-TV, Bill Froelich.
Hey, Kevin, well, it may be 1 month since the deadly tornado in Gaylord, but still, all throughout town, evidence of devastation, destruction, and debris. And now, 4 weeks later, still plenty of rebuilding to be done.
The Market 2 merit in news reporter is WOOD-TV, Byron Tolfson. The Market 2 best in news reporter is WOOD-TV, Susan Samples.
It's not what it appears to be. Terry Nolan is Jason Kolkama's defense attorney, and Target 8 was there as he reviewed the evidence against his client, whose identity is not in doubt.
The Market 1 merit in news reporter is WXYZ-TV, Heather Catalo. The Market 1 best in news reporter is WDIV-TV, Sean Lay.
We put up Drone 4 to show you what neighbors are talking about here and what they're sick of seeing, your typical dumping in front of a house that's collapsing onto itself. But if you follow me this way, this one caught our eye because it's a bit different.
In News Special, stations submit a single program which aired separately from a regularly scheduled newscast.
The Market 4 merit in News Special is WLUC-TV, A TV6 Christmas. The Market 4 best in news special is WLUC-TV, Mental Health, Questions and Answers for Upper Michigan.
Our communities in Upper Michigan continue to be rocked by suicide. Young people and older people dying too young, deaths that can be prevented. We want to put an extra spotlight on mental health issues.
The Market 3 merit in news special is WSYM-TV, Winter Weather Special. The Market 3 best in news special is WWTV-TV and WWUP-TV, News Special, Mental Health Special.
We are devoting the next hour to connecting you with mental health resources here in Northern Michigan and sharing stories of people who know the struggle firsthand.
The Market 2 merit in news special is WOOD TV, Governor Debate October 13th, 2022. The Market 2 best in news special is WNEM TV, Rising from the Floods, 2 years later.
Sanford and Edenville residents, you are urged to evacuate immediately.
Midland, Edenville, Sanford, and other communities.
The Market 1 merit in news special is WXYZ TV, Severe Weather Special, when every second counts. The Market 1 best in news special is WDIV TV, Oxford Tragedy, 1 year later.
We realize that anniversaries are difficult for many reasons, and today we remember the families of Hannah St. Juliana, Justin Schilling, Madison Baldwin, and Tate Meyer.
We'll move on to photojournalist. This category asked for a compilation clip of 3 to 5 events showing the photojournalist's best work. Here are the 2 winners in commercial television photojournalist.
The Market 4 merit in photojournalist is WJMN-TV, John Truitt. The Market 4 best in photojournalist is WLUC-TV, Caden Maines.
A student at Negaunee High School performs a water test on one of 2 hydroponic systems in their environmental science class. The $5,000 grant came from a health endowment fund by the Marquette-Alger Regional Educational Service Agency.
The Market 3 merit in photojournalist is WSYM-TV, Russell Shellberg. The Market 3 best in photojournalist is WILX-TV, David Jones.
We have a yearly event every year, and it's all about warbirds and classics of the World War I, World War II.
The Market 2 merit in photojournalist is WXMI-TV, Jim Sutton. The Market 2 best in photojournalist is WZZM-TV, Evan Linnert.
9 o'clock in the morning, it's like a caravan of UPSs going through here.
Betty Verberg and several of her neighbors have lived on 60th Street for decades, one all his life.
The Market 1 merit in photojournalist is WXYZ-TV, John Chilino. The Market 1 best in photojournalist is WDIV-TV, Mike Tiseo.
Jake Vedder is back in Michigan with a lot of new Team USA Olympic gear and a little bit of jet lag.
It's crazy.
Let's take a look now at special interest programming. This is for a public affairs program featuring issues of interest to Michigan citizens of all ages at local and state levels. Here are the top 2 entries this year in each commercial market and in network television.
The network television merit in special interest programming is Spartans All Access Television Network, Spartans All Access Title IX Celebration. The network television best in special interest programming is Spartans All Access Television Network, Spartans All Access, Katie Osika.
There's a moment in everyone's race where they feel for a second, I'm not going to be able to do this. I don't think I can finish this. I don't know how I'm doing this right now. And to get past that and jump over that barrier, it's the greatest feeling in the world.
The Market 4 merit in special interest programming is WLUC-TV, Upper Michigan Today, Cinco de Mayo. The Market 4 best in special interest programming is WJMN-TV, High School Sports Zone.
The winner of the 2021-2022 Girls Coach of the Year Award is...
The Market 3 merit in special interest programming is WLNS-TV, 6 Sports Shining Moments. The Market 3 best in special interest programming is WILX-TV, From the Flight Deck.
When is a sporting event not just a sporting event, but something much more noteworthy?
something that at one time defied reality, but something that is now very real.
The Market 2 merit in special interest programming is WOOD-TV, Men's Health Close Cut 2. The Market 2 best in special interest programming is WOOD-TV, Mental Health Special.
In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, we committed to helping you face the difficult challenges we all face.
Yeah, we want to be a part of the conversation and do our part to break the stigma.
The Market 1 merit in special interest programming is WXYZ-TV, Spotlight on Technology. The Market 1 best in special interest programming is WXYZ-TV, Woodward Dream Cruise.
Motor City Muscle is cruising down America's first highway. It is an automotive event like no other. So exciting. The engines are revving and the chrome is polished.
Rounding out the list of winners presented today is use of new media single project and all-encompassing. These two categories ask stations to showcase their use of new media for both one single project or story and for all-encompassing multiple projects or the brand of the station. Here are the winner in the use of new media categories.
The Market 4 merit in use of new media single project is WJMN-TV, Mental Health Community Resources. The Market 4 best in use of new media single project is WLUC-TV, Lawrence Gas Station Crash.
This is Colin Jackson, the Houghton Hancock Bureau reporter, reporting live in Lawrence.
The Market 3 merit in use of new media single project is WSYM-TV, Weekly Pop. The Market 3 best in use of new media single project is WILX-TV, News 10 Now Desk Election Night.
At News 10, we dove in on our brand new digital experience in 2022. The News 10 Now Desk provides viewers a new way to gather information in the most timely manner possible.
The Market 2 merit in use of new media single project is WOOD-TV, Weather Experience. The Market 2 best in use of new media single project is WNEM-TV, Alice Training.
It was a horrifying event that reminded people in Michigan school shootings can happen anywhere.
In this instance, 4 people at Oxford High School died and several more were injured.
The Market 1 merit in use of new media single project is WXYZ-TV, Michigan Gubernatorial Debate. The Market 1 best in use of new media single project is WXYZ-TV, 2022 General Election.
We know the issues that took place in the last election with the vote count at Huntington Place. Glenda, is it a different story so far this year?
The Market 4 best in use of new media all-encompassing is WLUC-TV, Upper Michigan's Source.
Since 1956, TV6 and Fox UP has been Upper Michigan's source for the latest news, sports, and weather. As technology advances, so do we.
The Market 3 merit in use of new media all-encompassing is WILX-TV, News 10 Now Desk. The Market 3 best in use of new media all-encompassing is WSYM-TV, Fox 47.
So it might be a little chilly out this afternoon, but it is a beautiful scene here. For Special Olympics Michigan, we got the polar plunge. Are we ready? Ready! Let's do it!
The Market 2 merit in use of new media all-encompassing is WXMI-TV, MAB, Leoya Sure Coverage. The Market 2 best in use of new media all-encompassing is WOOD-TV, Use of Media All-Encompassing.
At WoodTV8 and WoodTV.com, we strive to forge a partnership between our on-air television product and our digital product, and part of that happens here at the Live Desk.
The Market 1 merit in use of new media all-encompassing is WDIV-TV, WDIV Insider. The market one best in use of new media, all-encompassing, is WXYZ TV, repurposing news on Instagram.
As with the commercial radio division, the commercial television also includes a group of categories whose winners receive additional points towards their Station of the Year tally. Those categories are breaking news story, community involvement, newscast, sports, and weathercast. Let's take a look at the top 2 finalist entries in each of these categories, beginning with sports, which asks stations to submit their best locally originated sportscast or sports feature.
The network television finalist in sports is Spartans All Access Television Network. Spartans All Access, Michigan State Hockey versus Michigan.
Adam, we know what this rivalry means in basketball and football here, but for hockey and the sport, what exactly does it mean?
I think it's the greatest one in college hockey.
The Market 4 finalists in sports are WBKB TV, 1,000 points.
Despite having reached the 1,000-point milestone against Posen, the guard finished the game with 1,018 total points in his career, and he's only a junior.
And finalist WJMN TV, Heart of Survival.
Derek Lindstrom's passion for running was cultivated during his time as a multi-sport athlete at Marquette Senior High School. Shortly after graduating in 1981, Lindstrom ran his first marathon.
The Market 3 finalists in sports are WWTV TV and WWUP TV, Sports, Backyard Dreams.
It's Pro Day at Central Michigan University. For former Chippewa wide receivers Khalil Pimpleton and Ja'Cory Sullivan, this is one of the days they've been training for.
And finalist WSYM TV, Eaton Rapids honors the legacy of Jackson Kosher.
Energetic, always happy, always cheering people on.
A 3-sport athlete, Jackson played football, basketball, and baseball.
The Market 2 finalists in sports are WZZM TV, Sparta Rock.
Rugby has all the physicality of football, elegance of soccer, ball passing of basketball, and intensity of hockey.
And finalist WOOD TV, Football Frenzy, November 25th, 2022.
South Christian, one of 3 West Michigan teams playing for a championship today. Sailors took on Goodrich in the Division 4 finals. They strike first. It's Jacob DeHonda, Nate Briggs, 3-yard touchdown.
The Market 1 finalists in sports are WDIV TV, Dantley's Shoes.
It's taken me 35 years to come and
Unbelievable.
apologize that I...
Apologize for what? I'm glad you didn't throw him away as I've been telling the guys.
Again,
all right.
My apologies, sir.
And finalist WXYZ TV, ditching the homecoming crown for a football helmet.
55 is hardworking.
55 is an inspiration.
55 is misproven wrong.
55 is a girl.
In the weighted category, Weathercast, stations submit a locally originated, regularly scheduled weather broadcast. These are the top 2 entries.
The Market 4 finalists in Weathercast are WJMN TV, Severe Weather Threat Forecast.
And we do have some clouds and even some haze on the NMU webcam looking towards downtown Marquette. Camera's been bouncing around a little bit as well.
And finalist WLUC TV, Jennifer Perez, December 23rd, 2022.
We are all dealing with this storm system. Blizzard warnings all highlighted in red right along Lake Superior to impact those counties.
The Market 3 finalists in Weathercast are WLNS TV, Christmas Blizzard.
This is the calm before the storm. As you look outside on our Capitol Cam, all quiet. There's been a few very light snowflakes outside, but so far, so good. We are under a winter storm warning here across most of mid-Michigan.
And finalists WWTV TV and WWUP TV. Weathercast, watching the eclipse.
We're looking at this tomorrow morning. You can see a little bit around, say, 3 o'clock in the morning here, but the partial eclipse begins about 4:09 a.m., so getting a bit darker.
The The Market 2 finalists in Weathercast are WOOD-TV, Winter Weather Forecast.
We have already seen snow this season, but we know West Michigan winter is just getting started. So what's this season's winter going to bring?
And finalist WZZM-TV, Winter Weather Climate.
The difference between weather and climate is a measure of time. Weather refers to atmospheric conditions over a short period of time.
Climate is how the atmosphere trends over a long period of time.
The Market 1 finalists in Weathercast are WXYZ-TV, Understanding the Strength of a Hurricane.
The storm surge is typically the most deadly. That's the scariest thing, is exactly how much water is going to get pushed into the bay.
And finalist WDIV-TV, Forewarn Weather.
This is the setup from earlier today. This is the radar at 3:45 p.m. You can see that classic hook echo signature just to the west of downtown Gaylord.
Breaking news story calls for a single report or series of reports on initial coverage of a breaking or unplanned news event. Congratulations to these entries.
Market 4 finalists in Breaking News Story are WLUC-TV, Jordan DeMay Death Investigation.
17-year-old Jordan DeMay took his own life at his home last Friday morning. A shaken community is now learning about what happened in the hours before his death.
And finalist WBKB-TV, Alpena residents protest smell from local factory.
It smells like death. You know, something's dead, rotten cabbage that has sat on your kitchen table for days in the heat.
Market 3 finalists in Breaking News Story are WLNS-TV, East Lansing Police Shooting.
Now, one shopper told me she had to get a ride from her family after her car was stuck behind the police line. Madison Armstrong says she was shopping after work when she noticed a fire truck and an ambulance outside the store.
And finalist WILX-TV, Body of Brendan Santo Found.
We have team coverage from all angles tonight. We go to Jace Harper on MSU's campus in just a moment, but first we go live to News 10's Kaylee Crow, who has been at the Red Cedar River search site all day long.
Market 2 finalists in Breaking News Story are WOOD-TV, Whitmer Verdict, April 8th, 2022.
Verdict day in the governor kidnapping plot trial. The jury not reaching a single guilty verdict.
A jury could not reach a consensus on either Adam Fox or Barry Croft Jr.
And finalist WOOD-TV, Leoya charges.
I've made the decision to charge Christopher Schur with one count of second-degree murder. Second-degree murder is a felony offense. It is punishable by up to life in prison.
Market 1 finalists in Breaking News Story are WDIV-TV, Firefighter Rescue.
I want to take you live above the scene. Now you're looking at 82 West Hollywood in Detroit. It's right off of Woodward. It's John R. and 7 Mile area.
And finalist WJBK-TV, Breaking Santana.
So they had just started into this song, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. The name of the song is Joy. When suddenly the music just kind of like died down.
On now to Newscast. These two entries are the best locally originated newscasts in each market throughout the state.
The Market 4 finalists in Newscast are WLUC-TV, TV6 Late News, May 17th, 2022.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cody Boyer. Tonight on your TV6 Late News, a seal of approval, and with that, 2 new Upper Michigan marijuana retailers.
And finalist WZMQ-TV, 19 News at 6 p.m., November 18th, 2022.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, stories from Ukraine you'll only see on 19 News. We're once again live with our team in Lviv.
The Market 3 finalists in Newscast are WWTV-TV and WWUP-TV. Best Newscast, Gaylord Tornado Destruction.
Neighborhoods and businesses destroyed, damage everywhere you turn, and lives lost after an EF3 tornado touched down in Gaylord.
And finalists WPBN-TV and WTOM-TV. 6 p.m. newscast. Tornado hits Gaylord.
This is the scene that right now we believe is the apex of the damage and destruction. This is near I-75 Gaylord.
The Market 2 finalists in newscast are WJRT-TV. 6 p.m. newscast from September 22nd.
Nearly 3 years after Kevin Bacon's brutal murder, the man who killed the college student stood in open court and admitted his guilt. The words from Mark Latunsky bring a close.
And finalist WOOD-TV. News 8 at 6 p.m. Blizzard, December 23rd, 2022.
Right now at 6, blizzard conditions take hold across West Michigan for the first time in a decade. What we've seen so far and how long they're expected to last.
Market 1 finalists in newscast are WXYZ-TV. School shooter pleads guilty.
First at 6, a pivotal moment for a heartbroken community.
Is it true that your actions on November the 30th, 2021 caused the deaths of Madison Baldwin, Tamir, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling?
Yes. And finalist WDIV-TV. Local 4 news at 6.
Well, it may have arrived fashionably late, but the snow is now falling in earnest across the southern half of our state.
Areas such as Ann Arbor, which you see here, are starting to see more accumulation of snow.
And finally, community involvement. As we've mentioned here today, being a part of their local community is an important part of being a local broadcaster. Television stations in Michigan go above and beyond the call of duty to serve their communities in so many different ways. From emergency alerts to local business promotion and fundraising efforts, entries in this category highlight all the different ways broadcasters are there for their viewers every day.
The network television finalist in community involvement is Michigan Learning Channel, the Read, Write, Roar Literacy Project. Market 4 finalists in community involvement are WLUC-TV, TV6 Community Involvement 2022.
We may give to people, but they give so much more to us that the rewards in working with these people is just unbelievable.
And finalist WJMN-TV, WJMN, Your Stories, Our Community.
4 times each year, and this year it's looking like it's just going to be bonkers, so I'm very excited.
The Market 3 finalists in community involvement are WWTV-TV and WWUP-TV, 9 and 10 Community Involvement.
Along with furthering regional charities, we are excited to share the addition of Nanbot Farm to the family of 9 and 10 news brands, and how the farm has already begun what we plan to be a continued station outreach program.
And finalist WILX-TV, Make an Impact.
At WILX News 10, we bring Mid-Michigan the latest breaking news and first alert weather every day. And when we tell those stories, we learn about people and nonprofits in our community.
The Market 2 finalists in community involvement are WOOD-TV, Community Involvement.
As great needs arose in all corners of our community, Wood TV found impactful ways to reach our neighbors where we were needed most. We saw hunger firsthand.
And finalist WXMI-TV, Fox 17, Pay It Forward.
West Michigan is an amazing place. People are so generous with their time and their resources, and I hope that we never take that for granted because there's a lot of really good people here.
The Market 1 finalists in community involvement are WXYZ-TV, WXYZ.
I think what makes us different is that commitment to community, because this is important in my life.
What's great about Dave is that he's genuine, he's kind.
And finalist WDIV-TV, WDIV Community Involvement.
It's called sudden cardiac arrest, when your heart just suddenly stops beating. If it happens in public, the people around you are your best chance of surviving.
It's been a pleasure being here today. I look forward to announcing the finalists in these weighted categories and celebrating all winners with you on April 29th inside Soundboard at MotorCity Casino. We welcome you to visitdetroit.com to learn more about what's going on in the city and to find other experiences to enjoy when you come down for MAB events in April and throughout the year. Detroit is thriving, and we can't wait to have you explore. Now, back to Sam Clement for the Station of the Year finalists.
Thanks for your help today, Claude. And thank you also to Steve Schramm for your help with announcing the Public Media Division. Now it's my pleasure to announce the finalists in each market for the Station of the Year recognition.
The Station of the Year finalists in Commercial Radio Market 4 are WUPF-FM and WKQS-FM. The Station of the Year finalists in Commercial Radio Market 3 are WTCM-AM and WLEN-FM. The Station of the Year finalists in Commercial Radio Market 2 are WJXQ-FM and WSGW-AM. The Station of the Year finalists in Commercial Radio Market 1 are WJR-AM and WWJ-AM. The Station of the Year finalists in Public Radio Group 1 are WEMU-FM and WGVU-FM. The Station of the Year finalists in Public Radio Group 2 are Michigan Radio and WDET-FM. The Public Television finalists are WKAR-TV and WTVS-TV. The Station of the Year finalists in Commercial Television Market 4 are WJMN-TV and WLUC-TV. The Station of the Year finalists in Commercial Television Market 3 are WILX-TV and WWTV and WWUP-TV. The Station of the Year finalists in Commercial Television Market 2 are WOOD-TV and WXMI-TV. The Station of the Year finalists in Commercial Television Market 1 are WXYZ-TV and WDIV-TV.
Thanks for watching. You'll be hearing from us soon to coordinate your participation in the Broadcast Excellence Awards Gala. We hope you'll be there.